Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Social Selling 7-Day Challenge. My name is Arin Fugate, and I'm so excited to be with you all. It's tonight in the United States. I know it's the morning in Australia, but please put in the chat where you're tuning in from. We would love to hear, and if you're listening to the replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. So first, I just want to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my experience in this world in case you are new to me. And if this is your first training with me, I would love to know. You can put that in the chat as well. So my name again is Arin Fugate, and I have been a business owner for 20 plus years. In fact, I was thinking about this, and the first business I started, I was 7 years old, and I would sell jokes outside of the restaurant while my mom was eating dinner with her friends, because I thought it was really boring to sit in the restaurant. So I would stand out on the corner with my cousins and we would sell jokes. So I am a lifelong entrepreneur. The reason I'm an entrepreneur is my beautiful, brilliant brain does not allow me to sit behind a desk and take orders from anyone 9 to 5. I have to make my own schedule. I am a leader. I'm highly productive, highly creative. So I was so happy when I found network marketing. That was almost 15 years ago. So I've been a professional network marketer for 15 years. I'm an essential oil expert. I've been using them since I was 11 years old. I'm 46 years old now. So that's a long time with beautiful essential oils. I love them so much. I call myself a master networker because I am one of those weird people that loves networking. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love expanding my circle, expanding my reach. I love collaboration. I love meeting new people. I love having conversations, networking. Network marketing is so perfect for me because I am a natural networker. And so the fact that there's a business model wrapped up in this is perfect. I am also a success coach, and I specialize with intuitive women, helping them break through their fears and their barriers so that they can finally thrive in all areas of life. And I am the host of Jasmine and Juniper, the podcast. So if you have not checked out my podcast, I would love it if you'd come over and say hi. We talk about healing from abuse. I interview empowered survivors and healing experts. And of course, we always talk about essential oils. So that's a little bit about me. I am married to my husband, Gabe. We have 2 daughters, Emma Rose and Olivia June, and we live on 5 acres in Southern Oregon. Okay, I love network marketing so much because it is such a powerful business model to take you to amazing places. I have traveled to Australia, I've traveled to Singapore, I get to go to incredible conventions. I mean, network marketing has taken me all over the place. And it can do the same for you, but when you embrace social selling, when you really use the power of social media, it's going to multiply that potential. Because something that is so cool is to realize that currently there are 4 billion social media users. That's over 58% of the entire world population. So you have access at your fingertips with your cell phone or your computer to reach over half the world's population. How incredible is that? You can make friends from all over the world. You can network from people all over the world. You can build teams all over the world, have customers all over the world. It just opens it up. It makes me think of my 97-year-old grandma, who, by the way, is a doTERRA wellness advocate. And she has always loved traveling, and she's always had pen pals from all over the world. Just a couple of years ago, she went on a round the world cruise. And I think I got a little bit of her blood inside of me, which is just, I love connecting with people from faraway places and connecting with people in my own backyard. Here are a few stats that I pulled to just get us, if you're not convinced already, that social media is a good place to be with your network marketing business, let's just talk about a few extra tidbits here. First of all, businesses are noticing that 65% of their business, their new business, is coming directly from referrals. That means if you go to a restaurant or you go to a massage therapist, most likely their continued business is actually going to come from you referring people to them. Of those referred customers, an average of 13%, they spend 13% more than regular customers. So when you refer somebody to your favorite massage therapist, to your favorite restaurant, to your favorite essential oils, they're going to spend 13% more than the average customer because of that like, know, and trust factor with the person who recommended the product. Around 78% of consumers admit being influenced to buy a product by posts from their favorite brands that they follow on social media. And guess what you are? You are a personal brand. So when you post on social media, the people who follow you, they're being influenced by you and what you experience and what you share. So if you're sharing about a product, there's 78%, the 78% of them are admittedly being influenced by you. And then this last one, decision makers are 4 times more likely to make a purchase with a referral from a friend. So why am I sharing all of these stats? Because these stats are why network marketing companies exist. Network marketing companies recognize that sure, they could plaster a billboard or they could do a commercial on TV, but if they can engage the power of a friend referring their product, not only are those referrals going to be more effective, but they're going to be more loyal. And so then we take the power of social media, where you blend the power of referral marketing with the power of social media and influencing the people who follow you. And this is the most perfect way to move goods through the marketplace. So I really like us to start there to wrap our heads around why, first of all, network marketing is a great way to move a product. But secondly, why social media is a fabulous place to be influencing the people that follow you. Feel free, everybody, to put questions in the chat as well. And if you're watching the replay, come into the Facebook group or leave a comment on the YouTube channel if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them. Okay, so is everybody starting to get that they need to be on social media, selling their product and understanding why? But does anybody feel shy? Please put in the comments or give me an emoji or raise your hand if yes, you feel a little shy about showing up on social media and showing your life and being what they call an influencer. Yes, a little shy. So I would like to share with you a few mindset reframes that help me show up on social media even when I'm feeling shy. Yes, everybody's admitting to a little shyness. Good. So first of all, you are creating a personal brand. This is you for the world to see, but you get to be completely authentic and true to yourself because you're amazing. So this means when you show up on social media, there's no need to dress a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, wear your makeup a certain way, wear your hair a certain way. If your thing is wearing pajamas all day long, you got to show up on social media in pajamas. If you're a crazy cat lady, you got to show the world your crazy cat ladiness. If you are someone who loves to wear big, bright, bold jewelry, you got to show that off on social media. So being on social media and creating a personal brand is your opportunity to not hide those parts of yourself that make you unique and amazing and magnetic. So sometimes when we're feeling shy or overwhelmed, or we're struggling with showing up on social media, it's because we are masking. It's because we think we need to be a certain way. We need to be quote unquote professional. We're a face for the brand. We're in health and wellness. So we might be like, well, I'm in health and wellness, so I can never be sick. And I could never eat fast food. And I could never drink a glass of wine. And I'm here to tell you, forget that. So what? You're in health and wellness. If you have a mean cookie addiction, you get to show that on social media. And you get to say, I love cookies. I eat too many cookies, and thank God for MetaPower, because it's helping me cut down my cookie addiction. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving you permission to show up on social media the same way you show up with your best friend, because that's what you're trying to create with these relationships that you're building on social media, is that feeling. You want to take someone who's either a stranger, they just found your Instagram post, or someone who's a casual connection, and you want to turn them into someone who trusts you and they like you and they know you. And the best way to do that is to be totally authentic, wildly you, creatively you. So in the chat, if you are live on the webinar, I would like you to tell us one of your quirks. What is something quirky about you? Do you love to eat popcorn and mustard? Are you not wearing pants right now because you're on a Zoom webinar? Do you have an addiction to jelly beans? Tell us something quirky about you. I just want you to practice a little bit being open about some of your quirks. Because it's totally normal to feel shy putting yourself out there. And we need to normalize that it's okay to feel that way. And to also remember that everyone out there is feeling similar. And oftentimes when they're on social media, they're scrolling on social media because they feel isolated, they feel alone, they feel sad, they feel overwhelmed, they feel stressed out. And so if we can be the person who shows up in their feed that's like, hey, I'm just like you. I'm also overwhelmed. I'm also stressed out. I'm also have too much clutter in my house. I also have cat hair on my shirt. Then they're going to be like, oh, I'm not so alone. I'm not so isolated. And they're going to lean in more to what you have to offer and what you have to say, because you are a friendly island in the abyss of the social media isolation world, if that makes sense. Okay, some quirks. I just discovered Korean drama and I am afraid I will like it. And I also have a soft spot for rom-coms. Me too. If I have to cry, like it's my period or something, I have to watch a rom-com so I can cry. I also love like teenage coming of age movies, like they're all in high school and it's the teenage drama. It's very weird, but I love it. Nikki, you're addicted to Barbara's jalapeno cheesy poofs. Those are so good. Maria, you're a cheese lover. Claire, you love fussing in your shade garden. Martina loves chocolate milk over wine. I love that. So Martina, you could actually put your chocolate milk in a wine glass and every couple of days, put it in your story or post a picture about it. And it could be like the running joke about your chocolate milk in your wine glass. A Hallmark addiction. Good, Andrea. So if I was following you, or if it's Andrea, please correct me. If I was following you, I would love to hear your Hallmark recommendations. That's something you could be putting in your stories. Like every time you sit down to watch a Hallmark movie, I want you to snap a picture of it and put it in your stories. And so then you're going to attract people who are like you. They're weird like you, because we're all weird. Let's just face it. But when you attract people who are weird like you, then those are your people. And then of course, when you recommend a product or you tell them a story of something you've used that you've loved, they're absolutely going to want to purchase it. And then even better, if they decide to join your team and you start going to like convention together, or you start having classes together, they're your people. They're weird and funny like you. Martina, I could see you have a whole tribe of people that are putting their chocolate milk in wine glasses and you're hanging out together. It's so fun. Robin, you have alpacas. Yes, so that is a great thing for you to be talking about on social media. And it doesn't even necessarily need to relate to your product. This is an important thing. We're going to get into it more. Just know that you don't have to relate everything to your product. You're first and foremost a human who has likes and dislikes and quirks and gifts and family and all the stuff that makes you human. And that's first and foremost what you want to put out to people. Once they lean in and they're like, Robin and her alpacas, so interesting. Look at those cute alpacas. And then you sprinkle in a product that you love, they're going to already like you and know you and trust you. And it's going to be an easy transition for them to say they want to purchase. So every time I post, especially if I'm feeling shy, I think about who I might be helping. I go through the countless cards and stories and gratitudes and all the people who have ever said to me that the fact that I was willing to share with them changed their life, sometimes saved their life. That inspires me to show up when I'm scared, when I'm messy, and I'm me. So anytime someone sends you a text message or a handwritten card where they thank you for introducing you to their product, take a screenshot of it, save the card, have a little place that you go to when you're feeling shut down or you're feeling shy or you don't want to show up on social media, and read a few of those notes. And just remember that if you don't show up and if you don't share, then you won't help the people that you're here to help. And all of us are helpers. We are all warriors of change. You wouldn't be attracted to this kind of work if you didn't want to help people. And so we have to remind ourselves sometimes that that's why we put ourselves out there. And besides, the only ones watching are the ones who want to be close to you. So just make sure you give them what they're here for. Did you know that? Did you know that the people who are watching your stories on social media and following you and commenting on your posts and liking your posts and talking to you in the DMs, they're doing that because they like you and they like what you share and they want to be closer to you. They might live across the world from you and they can't sit down for a cup of tea, but every morning that they open their computer or their phone and they see your post, it lights them up. Otherwise, they wouldn't be paying attention. And so it's really good to just remember that they are there for you and your job is to show them who you truly are. And all you have to do that is be 100% you. So I hope that helps with a little bit of the fear and a little bit of the shyness. It doesn't mean it goes away. I still have days where I feel totally shut down and I can't bring myself to post or I can't bring myself to show up on social media. And that's okay. That's natural. But if we can just remember why we're doing this and who we're here to help, it can really help us stay inspired. Okay, so how does social selling work? This is going to get more into the nuts and bolts and talk about what we'll be doing over 7 days in this challenge. So social selling is when we use social media to sell our products, service, or business by building like, know, and trust with our social media friends. There's many different social media platforms to work with. And I highly recommend that you choose one and you go all in. Don't try to be everywhere. Choose the one, that you like the most, which is the one you have the most fun with. Is it Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest? Where are you? Where do you go when you open up your phone and you want some social media entertainment? And then also go to the place where your target person, your ideal person would hang out. So young people are hanging out on TikTok. Instagram is really where people go, where they like the visual aesthetic and they want to learn something. Tends to be more the 30 to 40 age. And then Facebook is where a little bit older people hang out. And it's much more about making friends and community and being in groups. So you can also decide that way. I personally get my best results from Facebook, but I like hanging out on Instagram. And there is a way to connect your Facebook to your Instagram. That's what I do, so that it can post to both places. But if you're just getting started on social media, I would really encourage you to pick one and dive all in. So this is the magic formula. You're going to show up daily by posting on your wall at least once a day. And then you're going to share your life in your stories. Is there anyone who doesn't know what I mean by your story? Put it in the chat, or anyone who doesn't know how to post a story. I'd love to know, because I can help you separately off the webinar. Your stories are what I refer to as the reality show of your life. So your stories don't have to be highly curated. They can be where you do a lot more selling, where you're selling your product. They're more about like, what did you eat for breakfast? What are you drinking? Where are you going on vacation? How you're using the products in your everyday life. They're also a place for you to just talk face to camera. When I say face to camera, that means you're looking in the camera and you're talking to the camera or talking to the person on the other side of it. You're going to network and connect. So you're going to want to make sure that anyone you know in real life, that you're connected to them on social media. So Facebook, you'd friend request them. Instagram, you would follow them. You also want to be adding new people every day. So anytime I meet someone in real life, I go and I find them on social media, but I'm also looking for people to connect with in other ways. So on Facebook, maybe I'm in Facebook groups. And if I like what somebody's saying, I might friend request them, make a connection. On Instagram, I'm following accounts that I'm really interested in and I'd like to connect with. I'm commenting on their posts. I'm creating relationship with them. Then all your selling is going to happen in the DMs. So when someone wants to learn about your product, like say you post on your story that you're drinking your MetaPower, and you might say something like, I absolutely love this magical elixir. It's making my gray hair go away. Or, oh, drinking this elixir allows me to keep up with my alpacas. That could even be a thing, Robin, where you show yourself drinking your MetaPower every morning, and then you head out to say hi to the alpacas. And thank goodness for MetaPower, because it keeps you mobile and it keeps you full of vitality. So if somebody then says, what's that stuff? What are you drinking, Robin? You are now engaged in a sales conversation in the DMs. And I'm going to talk you through my proven process that allows you to take interest to selling and closing the deal. Okay, so I am all about selling with joy and ease. I do not like being salesy. Who does? I do not like being pushy. I don't like when someone shows up in my DMs and just tries to sell me something. So I am all about attraction marketing. I'm all about creating curiosity. So when I am posting about my product story, or I'm posting about how I'm using the products in any given day, I always want my posts to be something that leaves a little bit out. I want a little bit of curiosity. So what might that look like? I might do a face to camera video in my story where I'm getting ready. And in my getting ready process, maybe I put neroli around my eyes, or I spray some rose hydrosol on my face. So I'm not going straight out and being like a commercial. You know, I'm like, this is neroli and it's great for blah, 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 blah. And here you can buy it, a part of the BOGO. I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm using the product and I want the person to go, what is that? What did you just use? So that we can get into a conversation and we can build more rapport. I like to keep it super simple. So I have a simple flow that I take people through, and I have my links and my scripts saved in my phone. So I know exactly what to do when someone says, oh, what is that orange drink you're drinking? And I know exactly, I'm going to say this, I'm going to send them this, and then I'm going to send them that. So I like to keep that really simple, have it in my phone notes. The most important is to have fun. We have to remember that this is social media. People are here for entertainment. It's a place to have fun and connect and learn. And we don't need to take ourselves too seriously. Every time you're posting, every time you're on camera, pretend like you're talking to your best friend. So this is the social selling flow. This is what really works for me. I do recognize that everybody's different. You have to make it your own, but this works so well for me, and I love this flow. So as I said, I'm posting every day on my wall and throughout the day in my story. And I'm peppering in stuff about my life, things that are funny, things that are educational, with me using the product or me sharing my product journey story, which we'll talk more about how you craft that. And I always want it to be in a way where it's going to just produce interest, produce curiosity. I want people to ask me questions. I want people to ask me for more info. When someone starts to ask me about what I'm using, or say maybe I did a post where I actually told a whole story about my product story. Like 2 years ago, I was full of anxiety and I was so sad and I could barely get out of bed. And then I started using aromatherapy, and now I diffuse every day and I feel light and I feel happy. It's been incredible. I will never be without my diffuser. And maybe I post a picture of me smelling from my diffuser. If somebody comments on that and says, tell me more, what is that? Where do you get that? What did you use? Any kind of interest, then I'm going to head over to the DMs. So that's direct message. I'm going to send them a message. And I'm going to say, I saw their comment and I actually have a very short video. And would it be okay if I sent them the video and it'll tell them all about what I'm doing? And so you might ask, where are these videos, right? So we have in doTERRA a video for essential oils. We have a video for MetaPower, and we have a video for the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I'm usually talking about one of those things, and it's very easy for me to send a video. You can find those videos on the Visionary Leaders YouTube. You can also access that from hellovisionary.life. All the videos. So I send them the video, and about 24 hours later, I follow up with them to see what they thought about the video. They're often going to tell me either like, oh, it was amazing, I love it, I got to get some of this stuff. Or they're going to say they didn't watch it. Or they're going to say, it's cool, but I'm not sure. Maybe I don't have the money to invest right now. Whatever it is. So if they're like, yes, this is awesome, how do I get it? Then I'm going to send them a link to purchase. If they are saying no, they need more time, or they're not sure, I'm going to add them to a group where they can just be dripped on more information. So we have the Wellness Simplified group. It's very MetaPower heavy, but we're trying to put in other stuff about LLV and oils too. So I just add them to that group because it gives them a slow drip. There's a post every day, there's testimonies, there's things like that. If they say no, no big deal, no problem. But sometimes with a no, there's an objection, and I can maybe ask them more questions, see if I can get the objection handled. Definitely, if finances is the reason for no, then I am absolutely going to talk to them about earning commissions by sharing, our affiliate program, our share program, our wellness advocate program. That's like the perfect chance for me to talk to them about, well, did you know there's a way you could earn an income? I hear you that it's too expensive for you. I might share my story. It was way too expensive for me too, but I took the leap because I knew that I would share these products, and I knew that I would be able to make some money. Me personally, I broke even in 3 months. So I ordered my kit, I did 2 more orders, and by 3 months, I was already making enough money to pay for that. So a no because of a financial issue is a great opportunity for you to talk about the earning potential. So first things first, I just want you to pick the one platform you're going to go all in. So please put in the chat what platform you are thinking about using or you already use. I'd love to know. Instagram, Facebook. Great. Perfect. Okay, I'll try to talk a little bit about the differences between Instagram and Facebook and make some identifications there. Nikki's Instagram, Robin's Facebook. Okay, great. So whether it is Facebook or Instagram, you're going to want to first optimize your bio. This is really important. This is my Facebook bio, but we'll also talk about how this relates to Instagram. So you want your profile picture to be you forward facing, smiling, or at least looking as though you are friendly. So whatever your friendly face is. Sometimes people will post these like really artsy pictures of themselves, or they'll look really like moody, or it'll be a picture with them and their kids, or it'll be their profile, or it'll be not even a picture of them. You want it to be, you know, this is people's first impression of you. And if they kind of know you, it's also how they'll be like, oh, I know Robin. I met her at that networking event. Okay, cool. So you want a good, well-lit picture of yourself where you're looking like you are ready for friends. You want people to come talk to you, open and warm. On Facebook, you get to choose a banner photo. You don't get that on Instagram, but on Facebook, you choose a banner photo. I would like you to pick a photo that represents your personal brand. So what I mean by personal brand is, I think Florence said she's going to talk about grief and loss. That's kind of something that she talks about a lot. So she would pick an image that relates to that, that gives the vibe of that. I personally talk to intuitive spiritual women. So I work with essential oils. So I chose this picture of my hands with a yarrow plant. If you're working with moms, you might have a picture with you and your kids, or you working with a mom. If you're all about athletes and pro-aging and vitality, you might have a picture of yourself working out or climbing a mountain or something like that. So you can pick your picture to really help people understand what you talk about on your page. Robin, it might be your alpacas if you're running with the branding around being like a landowner, homesteader with animals. Then your intro, you want it to be about who you are and what they can expect you to share. So this is your I help statement. So I would like you to just put in the chat, so it gives me a little bit of creativity to work with to help you come up with some I help statements. Who do you help? Who do you help? What is the type of person? Is it moms? Is it dads? Is it female business owners? Is it teachers? Is it athletes? Is it pet owners? Is it gardeners? Is it chefs? Who do you help? And if you're like, I help everybody, I know we all help everybody, but you have to pick one person. That one person can change from time to time, but right now, who do you really love helping? So I love helping sensitive women, intuitive women, women who have been abused, women who have are neurodivergent, women who have anxiety, women who have depression. Nikki Dean, women who are ready for a positive change. Okay, we're going to dive into this a little bit. This is so great. Thank you for sharing this with me. Nikki, what do they need to change? Why do they need a positive change? Are they going through divorce? Are there empty nesters? Have they always lived their life serving others and they're ready to step into their creativity? Why do they need to change? Ellie, same thing. She said, women who want to be free. Free of what? What imprisons them? Why aren't they free? Robin, non-toxic living. Okay, great. Robin, are you working with moms, grandmas, kids, people who have had cancer, people who have had vaccine injuries, people who are autistic, people who have toxic mold? What's the specific? It's okay, you can still help more people. Is it people who want a homestead? Okay, Ellie, you want to help women become financially free. What happened to them when they weren't financially free? Martina, you love helping women who are transitioning to the toxin-free living. That's awesome. Martina, why are they transitioning? Did they have a scare with cancer? Do they have a family member who died from cancer? Claire, people interested in using plant-based products. Great. Why do they want to use plant-based products? Did they have cancer? Did they have a sickness? Are they sensitive to chemicals and perfumes? So I'm asking you to get super, super specific because this is going to help you when you feel creatively stumped about what to share. Because if I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, okay, I got to make a post about non-toxic living. Either my post is going to be boring and generic and like every other non-toxic living post, or I'm going to be confused because there's too many options. But if I'm waking up every morning because I want to help women who have gotten a cancer diagnosis learn how to be empowered and live toxic free so that they can live to see their grandbabies, then I know exactly what I'm sharing every day. Like I'm on fire, passionate about it. Andrea, women experiencing menopause symptoms. That's wonderful, Andrea. What are some of the main menopause symptoms that you can help people with? Florence, empowering women that they can move forward. So forward from grief, Florence. Nikki, helping women entrepreneurs to change the paradigm of business. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, I'm getting everybody's creativity moving. So you want to put your I help statement in there. So I'm going to go with Maria. I love what you put. I'm going to go with Maria. Helping women over 40 to supplement their health and their income. So Maria could write something about I help women. I help older women, or I help mature women, or I help women over 40 feel free in their body and free in their bank accounts. They can live the life that they deserve, or they can live the life that they've always wanted to. Martina says, you guess it was you 15 years ago. You wanted my family to be healthy after learning what was in our food and cleaning. Okay, perfect. So you help inspired moms change out their products for non-toxic products so that their whole family can be healthy. So you see, you have to work it a little bit, right? And you want it to be so clear that somebody comes to your page and they go, that's me or that's not me. What we don't want is people to come to our page and go, what does she talk about? I'm not really clear. We want it to be a very like, oh, that's me. So a great I help statement would be, I help moms of special needs kids find the tools they need so that their family can thrive. For Florence, I help women. I'm just going to go back to your thing that you're saying here. So they can move forward for it. Okay. I help women. I help grieving women. So how do you empower them? Is it with aromatherapy? What empowers them? So like I help grieving women learn to use aromatherapy so they can finally move forward and create their next chapter. So we just want a lot of clarity because people are so distracted on social media and they're just, numbed out, like doing the scroll, that they're going to be like, oh, that's, I've seen that before. And you want them to stop and be like, what? She does what? With what? She can help me. And believe me, I haven't perfected this either. My statement still needs help. Andrea, I help women 45 and older learn how to manage their weight due to perimenopause symptoms. Yes. Yes. And then you might just want to add, so they can what? So they can feel confident, so they can find joy. Okay, we're going to move on from this, but everyone, I love all the creative juices going. Then you can add some links. And I like to use an app called Milkshake. It's free, and it just allows me to kind of do a link tree. So with sharing on social media, it's a really good idea to pick what starter kit you're always going to sell people. I know everybody will be different, but in general, are you starting people on the MetaPower kit? Are you starting them with the Home Essentials kit? What's your kit that you're most often starting people with? Florence, for you, I might imagine that you're starting them with Home Essentials if you're focused on aromatherapy. If you're focused on menopause, maybe you're starting them with the Healthy Habits kit. So you could put that link in your link tree. Some people who are on social media are very much introverts and they may not want to talk to you in the DMs. So it's nice to have that link there. But you don't need to have links necessarily, because ideally we're talking to people in the DMs and we're making the sales in the DMs. So all this is the same for Instagram, just no banner photo. So people often ask, well, how often should I post about my product? I believe it's about once a week on your wall. Every day in your stories, feel free to post about your product every day in your stories. I hope you are, in a way where you're showing yourself using it. But on your wall, I would do it about once a week. And you want it to be in the form of a story, not a spammy post, not just like a picture of a bottle and some generic sales copy. I'm going to take you, for example, Andrea, with the menopause. So my product story would be mostly, if I was Andrea, it would be mostly about my own journey with menopause. And I might have a selfie, or I might make a video, or I might have a picture of myself working out or taking a walk or dancing. And the story is going to be about where I was, how I was suffering, what wasn't working out in my life. So you're talking about weight, so it might be started going through perimenopause and I just kept putting on weight and I kept having to buy new clothes. And then I didn't feel confident. I stopped going on dates with my husband and it was miserable. And then I found this amazing supplement line. So notice that I don't say doTERRA MetaPower. I just say, I found this amazing supplement line. I started taking it, and within 30 days, I was down 10 pounds and one dress size. That would be an example of my product story. And each week, I do kind of a new installment or a different angle. So with perimenopause, it might be like, wow, I was always a great sleeper. And then I hit perimenopause and I cannot fall asleep at night and I wake up all night and in the morning I'm exhausted. I can't keep up with my family. I can't focus at my job. I don't want to go to the gym anymore. But I found this amazing supplement line. And now I have tons of energy and I sleep well and I wake up refreshed and it's so incredible. Comment below if you want to know more about it. So that's curiosity, right? The person reading it is like, wow, I'm going through perimenopause. I can't sleep. What's this supplement line she found? And then the DMs, I'm going to go talk to them about it. I'm just going to check the chat here. Oh, Nikki Dean gave us a great recipe. Then what was wrong? Pivot what you did. Now what is right? Yes. And then my recommendation is that you don't do too much overt talking about the product name or the brand. You focus on yourself. You are the brand. You are the brand. Your story is the brand. Your transformation is the brand. You used this tool and you're happy to hook them up with it and sell it to them. But it's a little bit different than being very forward facing with the brand, because sometimes people will make like assumptions, or they think they already know, or somebody already tried to share that with them. And so they won't be as engaged in the story. You want them engaged in the story, and then you talk about the brand in the DMs. Okay, I love this. So sometimes people, I heard this at the beginning of the webinar, some people are like, well, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want my friends to get annoyed, like worried about that salesy conversation. And my solution to that is you need to post so you get invited to dinner parties. Okay, what do I mean by that? Imagine you're having a dinner party and you're thinking about who you're going to invite. And there's that one person that is always talking about a new business opportunity or a new product, or maybe they're always trying to get you to shop from them. They're annoying, right? Because they're always trying to sell you something and they never talk about anything else. So you don't invite them to the dinner party, do you? You want to be the person who is always funny, always has great recommendations about a restaurant to go to or a place to go on vacation, the person who's kind, the person who always is inspiring, the person who asks really good questions, the person who is fun, the person who lights up the room. And totally, they own that cute coffee shop down the street and you love buying coffee from them. But they rarely actually talk about their coffee. They're too busy asking you about you and what you're up to, and they're too busy inspiring you and doing good in the community. So you love inviting them to your dinner party. So that's what I want you to think about when you're posting, so that you're not salesy, you're not spammy, you're not pushy, that thing we're afraid of. Think, would I want to invite myself to a dinner party? Okay, so here are some prompts, because I know part of this is like, you want me to post every day? Does anybody feel that way? Like, Arin, I can't post every day. So part of it, if you're feeling afraid of posting every day, part of it is visibility and being afraid to be seen, and that whole shyness. And we talked about how to work through that. But another part of it is, I don't know what to post. So I am giving you prompts for 7 days, so you know exactly what to post. And these are a few ideas. One is a funny meme in your area of interest. So Andrea, you should have a whole file of funny memes about menopause and perimenopause and going through the change and getting older. You should have a whole database of that. Robin, you should have a whole database about transitioning to non-toxic living of funny memes. And if you just put into Google funny meme non-toxic living, you'll get a bunch of them. Florence, it's a little hard to be funny about your subject, right? So you might want to find a area of special interest that you could be funny about. What comes to mind for you is gardening. You could brand yourself as like the gardener lady and do funny memes about gardening, or funny memes about being a woman of the age that loses their partner. Like there's something about that genre. Like, what could be funny about that? What's a meme that's funny about that? Because we do want to bring lightheartedness to your page, since you are talking about something serious. For the financial aspect, a funny meme about wealth creation, about budgeting, about overspending, about online shopping at night. So don't be afraid to explore the shadow side of what you do. So I help sensitive women who have anxiety, depression, and their abuse survivors. So I share funny memes about being neurodivergent and having ADHD. I don't know if you guys follow me, you ladies follow me on Facebook, but I just posted one about forgetting your clothes in the dryer. And people loved it. They thought it was hilarious because that's my target market, right? So I make fun of the part of myself that is ADHD and neurodivergent. Another type of post is you're asking for a recommendation. Like, I need a new yoga class. What's your favorite one? Or I want to go on vacation. Where would you go? I want to try a new restaurant. What's your favorite restaurant? Another type of post is a selfie. So just a picture of yourself, and you write out a life lesson that you've learned. So you're giving advice, and you would keep it kind of close to your branding, your target market, but it's okay to veer off a little bit and show other sides of your personality. And then I love this one, market research. So if your target market is moms, a great question you could ask is, calling all moms, would you rather have endless energy or a full night's sleep? So it's market research. You're finding out what your followers are struggling with, which will inform what you post about in regards to your product. Here's some more. Give some advice to your target audience. So Florence, you might give some advice to a woman who is grieving or lost their partner. You could even do that once a week, like Florence's Corner. Here's my advice. Grab a cup of tea, get yourself an essential oil. You can share photos from a special day, like if you celebrated an anniversary or somebody's birthday, or you went on a special trip, share those photos. This one can be great too, to really pull in your target audience. Share an unpopular opinion that may actually be a popular among your target audience. So what's something that your target audience believes or does that is unpopular? And you can kind of build camaraderie and rapport. Recommend something, a movie, a playlist, a podcast, a recipe, something of value. Then this is for stories, ideas for your stories. Remember, stories are more your own reality TV show. Every day you can post a photo of your morning routine, like you drinking your MetaPower, doing a meditation, doing yoga, going for a walk, going for a run, going to the garden. Just get in the habit of waking up, going to your stories, and posting about what you do in the morning. You can ask for feedback. Like maybe you're picking out an outfit to wear on date night, and you can say, do you like this outfit or this outfit? Maybe you're trying to decide what color drapes to hang in your living room. Do you like these or these? So this is just real, like building friendships, stuff you would do with your best friend. Forward-facing video, just checking in, talking about your day, or you could be talking about your product. You could be showing yourself unbox your monthly order. You could be showing yourself making a special drink, making a blend. And then a great thing to put in your stories is testimonies. So testimonies from customers. You can screenshot text messages, emails with their permission, share that in your stories. The most important thing to remember when we're posting is that people have a 2-second attention span on social media. So your post needs to grab someone's attention in 2 seconds and get them to come in. So we stop the scroll, that's what it's called. I'm scrolling and I want to stop the scroll with what is called a hook. So a hook would be at the top of your post, or it would be on your video or in your story. And these are just a few examples of hooks that work well. You're never going to believe this. So that like pulls them in, they want to read more. No one is talking about this. My best hack for perimenopause weight loss, my best hack for non-toxic living. Or here's another one, I've never shared this before. So always start with some kind of hook to pull people in. This is on posts or in video. Then you also want to make it easy for people to move forward with you. We call this a call to action or a CTA. You want to tell them exactly what to do next. So here's a few examples, and this would be at the bottom of your post or at the end of your video or in your story. You might say, send me a DM or send me a message if you want more details. Comment below if you feel the same. Click the link in my profile to learn more. Tag someone in the comments that needs to hear this. So you always want to ask yourself when you're posting, what is the next step you want this person to take? Is this just an engagement post where you just want to get people engaging? Then it would be comment below if you feel the same. Is this a post where you're trying to get into a sales conversation? Like the story with perimenopause sleep loss, I would say send me a DM if you want more details, or comment below if you want to know my exact sleep ritual. And that gives you then permission to jump into the DMs. Then you just rinse, repeat this every day and watch the magic happen. It really is magic and it works incredibly. You're also going to remember to nourish your network, right? You're showing up online to meet new people and network and sell products. A lot of other people are too. So let's give what we expect to get. It's not a one-way street. If you want people to engage in your posts and watch your stories and like your stuff, then you need to do the same to other people. So this is a good question, good problem to have. What do you do if someone wants to move forward? So this is if someone's like, oh my gosh, I want that thing you posted about. Andrea, I want that system you have that helps you sleep or it helps you lose weight. You're going to send them your link. So in the US, you can do a link generator. I know in Australia, you don't have that yet, but you can still give them your personal link. And then instructions on what to purchase and how to purchase. And so all of the sales just happen in the DMs. If you want a cool system for tracking all the people, my friend made this in Trello. You can grab it by getting the QR code or going to the Trello board and you just make a copy to use it. And it just allows you to track all your people, all your leads, and kind of move them through the process, which can be helpful if you end up having a lot of people you're talking to. And so now we're ready to start the challenge. So for 7 days, my invitation to you is to post once a day on your feed, your wall, post in your stories throughout the day, and then once a week, do a product story journal post or video with a CTA. You're going to get daily prompts in the Facebook group and a daily text message. If you're signed up for text alerts, I know you probably can't do that in Australia. So make sure you're in the Facebook group if you're in Australia. And I've just given you these little prompts so you can go and do it. If you either send me an email or you comment in the Facebook group each day that you did it, then you are going to be entered to win a private coaching session with me at the end of 7 days. I would like you to complete all 7 days so that you really get your feet wet and you get used to it and things come up and we can learn together. I'm going to be completely available in the Facebook group for you to answer questions and help you through the process. But please remember, if it's not fun, you aren't doing it right. So don't take it too seriously and let's just have some fun. I'm going to stop the share and stop the recording so I can answer questions.